I'm standing like underneath Adam Darby here after a third round TKO finish at Cage Warriors Dublin. Congratulations, great performance. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel great. You know, that was a tough camp. A couple of little injuries I picked up. Picked up staph about 2 weeks ago. I was on antibiotics up until 2 days ago, so that was really tough. I felt it in the warm-up, but it is what it is. I train all year round for you have to fight and shit like that happens. You got to be ready, and I was ready.
Look, it was a back and forth affair. Like you looked really good in there. Obviously, the finish eventually came in the third. When it got to the third round, were you thinking, right, I need to put this guy away, or what's going through your head?
Yeah, the game plan from the start. We had a good game plan. We worked on it a lot in the camp. It was defend the takedowns early, start to do damage near the end of the fourth round, chase the finish at the end of the second if it's there. If it's not, we'll put him away in the third, and that's what we done.
It felt to me like at an earlier point in the fight, I think it was the third round. My head is scrambled from so many fights tonight. It looked like you had to finish. To be honest, I was surprised that the ref didn't stop it.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah, I dropped a good few shots on him. I thought the ref was going to stop it. I didn't really ease up, but I could have dropped a few harder ones. But I saw his eyes roll. But it is what it is. The fight game. I'm not going to stop. I kept beating on him. He kept moving. He was undefeated. He wanted to keep that out. He was surviving. He was moving. But there was 3 minutes left. He wasn't going to get out of there.
It's great to see Andy Ryan back in the corner. Sorry, no, that was for chair. I'm getting the team Ryan. He's in your corner as well. Sorry. How are you balancing? You've been doing the San Diego, Dublin. How have you been balancing? You've been doing it a while now, so I imagine it's become a more second nature to you.
Yeah, it's down to a T now. I'll go over there for about 8 weeks. Start my camp at home. Start my camp here 4 weeks here. But to be honest, I fought 3 times the last 5 months, so it's actually a lot being over there. But I tried to go home 2 or 3 weeks before the fight, get a bit of training in Team Rhino with a couple of lads, mix the bodies up. But the level over MMA Fight Academy is unbelievable. It's the same training. It's just the bodies on the mat. You've got 20 pros on the mat, training every day. Everyone living with a few of the guys. It's unbelievable. And then to have Andy in the corner as well there, I could hear calls from him and Andy, Mark, Jake. They were making calls, and I was just getting them off. It was like playing an Xbox. Just boom, boom, boom. It was an unbelievable corner, best corner to date.
I mean, it's very much clearly working. Like 5 fights winning streak now, 4 finishes.
Yep.
Where do you go from here?
Whoever they want, I'll take another veteran, a prospect. I don't care. I just want to fight Andy, to be honest with you. Whoever they give me, I'm happy to go again in November. Whoever they want.
Obviously, James had the title. He's lost it now to Burlinson. But it felt to me like when he, it's always an awkward thing when you've got teammates in the same weight class that are pursuing the same goals. Yeah. He's in that title picture potentially still. He obviously hasn't come back since the loss. Where does that leave you when it comes to the title?
The lads I train with, they're like brothers. James is more like my brother. If James wants the title, that's his. If he wants to go get it back, that's on him. I can wait. I'm in no rush. I'm only 26. If I have to skip over the title and go contender series, I'll take it. But I'd like to see James come back. To be honest with you, I would like to see James get the belt. I'd like to see him go on a run, get 1 or 2 fights. I think he should have been in the UFC. I think 2 wins puts him straight in there. He should get a straight shot in.
Do you feel like do you need the belt anymore for it to get to the UFC? You felt because it used to be like that was the validating thing.
Yeah.
Whereas now there's contender series when you're 4, 5, and 0, you see lads going on. Like where's your head at with all of that?
I'd love the belt, because once you pass the belt, you don't want to come back to Cage Warriors. You're stepping up. You don't want to go up and come back down. So I would love the belt. If it comes, it comes. I'm not going to wait around for a belt. I want the UFC. That's my ultimate goal since I was a kid, and I'm chasing that.
How far away do you think you are from that?
Honestly, Andy, I think I'm 2 fights away. That puts me 6-1, 5-fight win streak, 4 finishes. I missed a year and a half with my hands breaking. That was a terrible time. I missed 18 months of 2 hand breaks, multiple surgeries. But I'm back now. I'm just keeping the run going, and I'd like to fight again in 8 weeks' time.
Is there any names? Is there anyone that you're seeing?
I'm not into all that. Just give me whoever you want. I don't like this whole social media thing, and I'm a real bit of an old school guy. Team Rhino, that's how we are. Just give us whoever you want, and we'll fight them. I'm not going to call you out or do this shit.
I'm not even going to ask you to call out, but I know from that perspective, yes. But from a sporting perspective, do you look at guys, and you don't even have to tell me a name, but do you look at lads in the division and say, I want to beat him because I want to prove that I am better than him?
Yeah, I always want to step up. That guy was offered to me 3 months ago, and straight away, 6-0, let's go. He was 5-0 amateur, 6-0 or whatever. Let's go. I don't care. Give me him. Give me the best guy. That's how it is. I want to fight the best guy, and I want to beat the best guys out there tonight. I personally don't think that fight got enough hype. That guy was really good, undefeated. He hasn't lost. A 2-time ADCC gold medalist, good jiu-jitsu player. I don't think that fight got hyped up enough, to be honest. This card seems to not have got as much hype. There wasn't as many big fights, big names, but let's see Cage Warriors back in April.
Shit media.
Yeah, shit media. I blame the media. Let's see Cage Warriors back in April, and let's fucking hype it up and sell it out again.
A good night for Team Rhino. Jer Harris after after a couple of tough losses, he's back. Yeah. Brilliant finish there. How good is it to see your teammates doing well too?
Man, Jer deserved that win. Jer worked really hard. He's always in the gym. Anytime I'm in the gym, Jer's there all day and night. He's just unlucky. Few crazy decisions in fights lost him. Fights he should have won, and a couple of the guys have gone on and fighting for the belt and stuff. I think that puts Jer straight back in contention. He gets one more in by the end of the year and start the year next year. Let's go for the belt for Jer.
What a weekend for the Darby brothers. Your older brother, Aaron,
Aaron Darby, yeah.
competing in boxing over in Dubai, a victorious main event.
Yeah. So
In the
this is public knowledge, I hope doesn't mind me saying this, but Aaron had tumours when he was younger. Okay. So he had a couple of brain surgeries. He was meant to do IMAFs, and we flew over for him to fight. And the day of his fight, it got cancelled. You have to put in a year of training. They wouldn't let him fight because he had brain surgeries. So we ended up going to England. We bailed on Andy. Not bailed on him, but we went to England on the sly. We took a fight with no medicals. Aaron had one fight and he retired about 5 years ago. That was that. 100% record, 1-0. And he got a call about 8 weeks ago, asked if he wanted the headline boxing in the Burj Khalifa main event. So he done it. He got the win. He put your man out in about 40 seconds. Aaron's tall. Aaron's 6'7", nearly 6'8". Found Indian guy.
You're the runt of the litter, are you?
I'm the runt of the litter, but it was great to see him get that win, my brother's a fucking legend. I love him.
I mean, how long are you home now? How will you celebrate? I'm sure your ma's delighted to have you home for a little bit.
My mum hasn't slept in 3 days, so I stayed in the house for a couple of days before I went to the hotel. She wasn't sleeping great. Two boys fighting. She really doesn't like fighting as it is. Neither does my dad, but they're still out here supporting us, and they're great. I love my mum and dad.
Well, look, enjoy the time with the family. Congratulations, another brilliant win.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing what's next for you.
Appreciate it, Andy.